Hi, it's Karynjean. Yes, of course, Ex Libris Crafts. Of course. Welcome back. Okay, so I have, of course, once again, we interrupt this regularly scheduled program. I have three journals, 4 journals I'm in the middle of, and I never do that. I never start one journal when I'm still working on another journal, but I've done that this week, and I'm going to put it down to a little bit of brain fog, a little bit of the grieving process, and everything else. But before I can explain to you what I'm doing here, this is the cover of now a new journal I'm working on. I'm going to tell you a little story. There is a woman who lives in Canada. Her name is Sandy Brock. I discovered her on YouTube, and I also follow her on Instagram. I absolutely love her. She and her family, she's a sheep farmer, and then they also do crops and everything. And she posts videos, and I'm going to link her channel below. It's Sheepishly Me, Sandy Brock. And I have no fear. I know she's not one of my followers. I have no fear of her seeing this. So she's a sheep farmer, and she takes you through this whole process, and she has some of her what are ewe lambs, or I don't know the terminology. I'm learning a lot, and I find it fascinating, and I just adore her. But one of her sheep I don't know how old this sheep is. The sheep's name is Goat. I'll show you a picture of Goat. This is Goat. As you can see, Goat's not looking very healthy. She's supposed to be pregnant, but she has this disease. She's penned off by herself now because basically she's dying. Something's wrong with her that's incurable. So Sandy is taking care of her, kind of like on hospice. And as a hospice chaplain, I totally get and she's a very sweet lamb named Goat. And I've been really worried. I've had it in my head to make her a journal just as, just to send it to her. Obviously, totally out of the blue, getting some happy mail from me. But I've been feeling an urgency about it. And I just watched her most recent video. Today is Sunday, the 29th of August. And she's showing us how Goat is not doing well at all. And I really don't think she has much time left, which is very, very sad for Sandy. So I am making her a journal, and I have printed out, she has a lot of pictures and stuff on her Instagram account. So I went ahead and printed off some pictures that I'm going to include in the journal. I have some sheep stuff here. This is the frame for it. It's 6 by 8.5. It has a narrow spine because I didn't want to overload it. I don't know, and I'm gonna wind up overloading it. I can tell you right now. Where's my little ruler? I don't know where my ruler is. The spine. It's an inch spine. With this pretty fabric, because they don't have just sheep fabric. I've been looking everywhere. I even found a quilt store near me, very close to me, actually. I took one of my machines there. So I pulled it out. I was only going to do one signature, but I think I'm going to wind up doing 2 signatures. So these are papers that, and what do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages each. And these are ripped, and I'm going to leave it like that because, Goat's been nibbling. So it's going to be a simple journal because I'm going to pack it with lots of other stuff. But I thought there's a picture that I printed out, but it's drying. It's a picture of her in the pen with Goat and one of her dogs, and she's laughing and stuff like that. So what I've decided I want to do is, yes, I'm going to do 2 signatures, but I'm going to actually do 3 signatures. I'm going to do 2 signatures of paper on a 1-inch spine. And for the center, the middle signature, I'm going to put, let's just use this picture. This is not the picture I'm using, but I want the picture of Sandy and Goat and her dog, Kenzie. I'm going to have that open. That's going to be in the middle, right? And I'm going to back it onto this piece of paper, just says bloom and grow and free and stuff like that. But what I'm also, so that'll be in the center, but what I'm going to do is I have a manila envelope here that I have started. I might have to cut that in a little bit more. Folding and cutting and stuff like that. I just want to angle this in a little bit more. Okay, so the journal is gonna be enough for, you know, it's 6 by 8.5, so 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper folded in half. So what I did here is I took this manila envelope folder, manila folder, and this is 8.5 inches. So I'm folding this up, and it's going to be pockets on the inside. Okay, so it's going to open up that way. And then I thought, well, I could cut it down, or I can fold it like this and make also a side tuck on the outside. And that's when I decided to turn on the camera. I really wasn't going to be filming any of this, but I decided, let's see what happens here. Now, there is bulk here, and I don't want bulk here. So I have to cut off this square, these two squares, right? And also I'm going to cut this down to make this straight right there, and you know, right there or so. Okay, so I'm going to take this to the trimmer. Well, hold on a second. Let me, what am I doing? Okay, so let's do it this way. So what I do is I'm folding it just the opposite way here, and I'm going to do the same thing that I do just to take off the bulk at the fold. I'm just going to cut it off like that, and then I will just cut it off like this to get that square out of the way. There. Okay. And let's do the same over here. Sorry. I know. And the reason why I'm being a little bit gentle with this is because for when it flips up to the inside pocket. Okay. I might actually, oh, no, that's fine. I was going to say I might actually trim it down a little bit, but it seems to be fine. And let me cut this here. Okay, so there we have that. Okay, and so that'll be like that. And then this is going to be folded over this way. And I'm thinking, I still can't find my little ruler. Wait a second. Oh, so here's an actual photograph. This is what I'm gonna, except I've printed it out on 8.5 by 11 paper, and that's what's gonna be in the center. See how pretty? See how happy she is? So we're gonna do that. She's in the pen with Goat, having a grand old time. Dang nabbit. I know it's gotta be around here somewhere. Okay, well, let's do it this way. All right, so I'm gonna take this to the trimmer, and I'll be right back. There, so it'll have a side tuck and a bottom pockets. Now, of course, we're going to, I mean, it's plain manila envelope. There I go again. Folder, plain manila folder. So we can, this is just bits from the fabric, decorate it with something. This is a picture, poor Goat. This is a picture of Goat. We don't want to see her, but we can do that. Let's see. I don't think, yeah, we could, all right, I'm going to trim her. Trim this picture where her ears are. Guess it doesn't matter too much for that side. Now these, obviously, these papers I printed out. Obviously it uses a lot of ink, And I printed these out probably about a week ago, and they've just been sitting here while I've been trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we can put that there. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there. Now, it's not a very heavy paper, and I'm thinking, I don't want to use liquid glue. Here it is. This is the the European size double-sided adhesive that I bought. So this should fit. It's going to be a little short. Well, we could put it there. Okay, so, but then that's, we could also, oh, I'm sure there'll be double. All right, so what, okay, so that's that side. What do we want to do on the other side? We have to find something to do on the other side. Also, decorate the inside. Now, there's a picture that I love. Let me go get it. These are the rams. These are the boys, not the girls. And I just love it. He's sticking his tongue out and he's laughing. I love this picture. But I don't know. I'll have to figure something else out. So here this is. It feels maybe dry. I'm just going to set it aside for a little while longer. This is goat with one of the other dogs. So, all right, let's see what we can see. So I'm gonna have to take it over to the other cutter. I'll be back. Nope, okay. So, will these two, yeah, these two will fit here side by side. All right, let's see what we got. Because they're not gonna fit that way. Okay. So, I wonder if Canada's paper size, this is just a random thought, is European size or American size. They're here in North America, but they are related to the British. So I'm just wondering. My mind is a wondering and a rambling. All right, let me cut this down. Okay, so I still have that piece there. Now, I can either, I'll just do this. I was going to say I can also cornstarch the scissors, which sometimes I do as well. Get rid of the stickiness so I can cut through this no problem. Now she talks about, I only just started watching her recently in the past couple months, but she's been on YouTube for a few years, I guess. And she talks about another one of her, a couple of her other ewes that are no longer with her, Ruby and Ruthie. And I think they're all related to goat, you know. But, yeah. It's farm life. It's authentic. She has one video on there. Well, her videos are a mix, you know, like she posts, I think maybe once a week, and she shoots every day though. She records every day, and she'll do that, put that stuff like on Instagram and all. But as far as what she puts on YouTube, I think maybe once or twice a week. But there was this beautiful little lamb called Pearl, little baby. Something was wrong with her leg, and she casted it, and she took her to the vet, and it turns out that Pearl was not going to be okay. It was very sad. She was a beautiful lamb. Okay. so here we go. Let's put goat down. Okay, I'm trying to just peel the backing off. Yep, there it is. Okay. Okay, Miss Goat. Let me do it this way so I can try to keep it equidistant top and bottom. Okay, so there's Miss Goat. Okay. And we'll do the same over here. Here. Okay. So that is done. Now where's my book? Where's my book? I might have to dropping things. Ooh, might have to trim the top off Sugar Shoes. I should have done that before I put the pictures down, but that's okay. That is a-okay. All right, so I am going to, well, not fold it in half yet. I cut it to 6 inches because this is 6 inches. I think I actually trimmed it down just a little bit more than 6 inches, but that's okay. So I'm unrolling that. Can get this to the top. Okay, now on this one, I am going to put cornstarch on the scissors because I don't want to cornstarch the whole roll of tape. And see, it helps so much to just do that, and then you cut through without, if I didn't have cornstarch on it, I'd be having a great difficulty. See, it's starting here. You see how the tape is starting to fold up and starting to stick? Yeah. Because the cornstarch is no longer there. Okay. All right, now I'm going to fold this in half to make sure that I get it there. All right. And it's right there. Dang nabbit! It's crooked. Ah, Sugar Shoes. It's crooked. And that tape is so strong that I would not be able to rip it up. But that's okay. Leave it as is or figure out something else. All right, so now I think I can, let me put some notches here. I don't know if I want to cut that down a little bit more or not. How big is that? It's more than 2.5 inches, I'll tell you that. 2 3/4, a little bit more than that. That's okay. We'll leave it that way. Put our thumb notch there. Put a thumb notch there. Okay. All right. I think I need to trim these in just a little bit more. There, that's better. Okay, so now I am going to, oh, wait a second. Do I want to? I think I do. Okie dokes. Now let's get to gluing. Okay, it's not quite a folio, and with the manila envelope, there I go again, the manila folder, which is a heavier cardstock, you could more or less do the same thing with just, you know, regular, like a 12 by 12 sheet. Your dimensions, you might not have the same amount to fold up and stuff, but wait a second, I see a naked spot. I didn't do the top here either. Okay. All right, now let's do the sides. And I think I am going to notch it just a tad, which means I'm going to have to ink it again, which is fine. Okay. There's that. Okay. What I might do with this here little green scrap is I just might use my alphabet dies and die cut out goat. All right. And just like put it down there somehow. Goat. There. Okay, so there's that. Now, let's take a look to see if this is dry enough. Yep, it seems to be dry enough. Okay. Upside, downside, wild bloom. I don't think there is an upside or a downside. There isn't. Okay. So, on this one, let me see. I did, all right, so I'm going to be very careful in lining this up. Whoops. Did not get it. Let's see if I can, I think I need to use my pointy tool. Here we go. Just fold this back just a little. And I think I might have too much on my desk. No room. All around this yellow border, there's no room. There's absolutely no room. There's all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. All right, so lining this up. Lining it up. I decided, I was thinking about putting this on a heavier, like on a cardstock, but I didn't want to bulk it up too much, so I just thought, but I did want to support it, so I think that just using just another piece of paper, this is just paperweight paper, okay, there. Now, and I realize I'm going to fold this in half. Oops, glue on my fingers. And the stitching is probably going to go right through her face. There. Nope, not so bad. But that is going to go in there. Right? Cute. Okay. So this will be the center. How are we doing on time? I have to remember that I'm doing that live today for the drawing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so here are the signatures. Okay, so what I've done here is I have this very nice cozy flannel. It's very pretty. Because this didn't glue, when that glued down, it glued down crooked, you know, so I just put a band of that there. And actually, because you want something soft too, the colors are nice. And what I probably will do with this fabric as well is maybe use it in the book for like some edging, right? It's soft, it's flannel, it's cozy. So, could even do like a little bit of ruffle with it, but I don't know if I'm going to do ruffles in this book. I don't think so, but I think I might use it for some edging and for decoration. I just put a piece of double-sided adhesive down the center here just to hold it in place, because this is obviously a directional fabric and I want to make sure that it's not crooked. So I'm lining it up on the back here. I can see the green lines through it. Pockets are done on the inside, front, and back covers. And now part 1 of this journal making is done. Let your imagination soar. Thanks for stopping by.